Hey there, it's Adrienne from FnA Presents. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, and happy Easter. This is episode 16. Today we will be breaking down episode 2 and 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, plus a whole bunch more. So stay tuned and enjoy. Hey there, we're back.
We are back.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you found all your eggs.
Yep.
I know.
And your baskets.
I know you and I tend to find a few months later.
In the summertime.
In the summertime, we'll find a few eggs.
Yeah, like I'll be doing spring cleaning here soon, like where I pull the couches out and everything, and that's, you get up high where you hid them.
You're like, oh, fuck, I forgot all about that one.
Oh, yeah. I think it was last year or the year before when we hid them outside, and the girls were, in the summertime, they were playing outside, and they were like, Mama, look. And it was an egg filled with melted jelly beans.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I hit a few with the lawnmower, too.
That's happened quite a few times. Yeah. Yes.
So, I'm Fred.
I'm Adrienne.
And we are FnA. Today we got a good bit to talk about.
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I know it seems like forever since we did this.
I know.
But
my new microphone came.
Finally.
I know. And we had to upgrade some technical stuff with the computer and all that.
And daily life.
Daily life.
I have a day job.
Too. Yep. We
And
got kids and
children and holidays. And,
the holiday too.
But you don't care about any of that. You care about what you read on the thumbnail that made you click on this. So we're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Episodes 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Yeah.
Snyder Cut kind of got us a little held up on doing a quick review on the last episode, but that's okay. We're going to talk about that today.
Yep.
With a few trailers dropped recently.
Yes. I'm excited for what we are going to shoot.
Yeah, we got a few brand new trailers that just dropped. One of them just dropped yesterday for Black Widow.
Finally.
It's what, like the third or fourth trailer?
God, how
for a movie that was
supposed to come out last year?
Yeah. This past summer.
Yeah.
May.
Yeah. Supposed to come out last year. Mm-hmm. Then they postponed it. All right, well, it's not going to come out until whatever month. Mm-hmm. Postponed it. No, it's not going to come out until whatever month.
You're right.
And then you were like, hey, new trailer dropped. I'm like, are they actually going to release it this time?
And yeah, they actually do have a plan this time, I believe. I think we do have a final date. Fingers crossed. I'm dying to see it. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every time I watch the trailer, the score in the trailer is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's just something about it, that synthy drop that it does.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. We'll be talking about that. New show, Invincible, on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Check that out. We'll talk about that a little bit. Godzilla versus Kong.
Mm-hmm. We watched that.
Yes, we did. Got a few things to say about it. And then a couple other things, and we'll wrap it up with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Sounds good.
Sound good? Mm-hmm. So what do we want to start with? Maybe Rick and Morty Season 5 trailer?
Yes, Rick and Morty. You always hit the wrong one.
I know. Finally.
I know.
I think we had a little bit of a scare last year. If I remember correctly, there was a rumor going around about Rick and Morty being canceled.
I remember hearing that, yeah. You were actually telling me about it, and I was like, why would they cancel it?
I think it was like a spoof article. It had
to have been.
Like one of them things where you see like Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan died on his recent project, and then you Google it, and you're like, no, Jackie Chan didn't die.
Oh, my God. Jackie Chan has died. like
37.
He's got cat
37
lives.
and a half times.
Yeah, you got cat lives, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
But Rick and Morty, they have such a fan following, because I'm having a brain fart.
They renewed when they
who's the creator? What's his name again?
Harmon.
Yeah,
Dan Harmon.
Yeah, his mind is
it's different.
It's different, but I mean, he's the genius.
Yes,
because the show's hilarious, and I love the other show.
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The pupa.
That's
my god, I love
We'll probably talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Haven't had time to check it out yet. I've seen the first few, but she hasn't had a chance to see it yet.
Yeah,
so
I got to see him.
We'll both get a chance to watch that, and then we'll come back with that. I love that show too.
I know. It's funny.
I love. I can't remember the characters' names. But it was the kid aliens.
Yeah.
The boy, he's always kidnapping people and shrinking them down.
No, that's the girl.
Is that the girl?
That's the girl that does it.
She shrinks them down?
Yeah.
And she has like a big ant farm with miniature people? Huh?
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah. And the dad and the uncle, right? It's his brother?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's the dad and the brother, because that's the kid's uncle.
Yeah.
Those two together are hilarious. I mean, every character.
The whole show is funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
What I've seen of the second season, it's no holds barred. Like if you thought the first season was like kind of out there and vulgar, ramp that up to about 10 times. You're in for a treat when we watch this.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I heard you watching some of it last night. Right?
Solar Opposites?
Yeah, I was like dead. I was tired.
Yeah.
And I heard some fucks.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of fucks.
Many F-bombs dropped.
I even heard a cock in there.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
You cocksucker. I'm like, yeah.
Anyway, Rick and Morty Season 5, there is a trailer available on YouTube, and it will premiere on June 20th at 11 p.m. on Adult Swim. And I can't wait.
Now, why did they say, I seen on HBO Max?
All the, Warner Brothers owns Adult Swim, and they have an Adult Swim hub on the HBO Max app.
Okay.
Which they don't have all the shows from Adult Swim, but they got a pretty big selection. They got, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken.
Yeah. We watch a lot of Robot Chicken.
Oh, what was the one that I was?
Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, we watched that.
That's not on there though. That's on Hulu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a good bit. And
so
Rick
what
and
they
Morty.
were saying is they have all the seasons.
Excuse me. Basically, what happens is the show will air on Adult Swim.
Okay.
They'll play the whole season, and then when the season's over, it'll end up on a HBO Max.
Okay, gotcha.
I think Hulu and maybe HBO Max will do this as well. Like during the season after the episode aired, then it would be available.
I know Hulu does that.
Is that Hulu?
Yeah, Hulu will do that.
Yeah, after the episode aired, then like a day or two later, you were able to watch it on Hulu.
Yeah. Okay.
So, there's more than one way to skin that cat, people.
Yeah.
So,
let's move on to
Black Widow. Black Widow trailer.
We could talk about Black Widow.
That dropped yesterday.
Yes.
The 4th or 5th trailer.
Also on YouTube, you can watch.
Yes. Originally, when this movie was supposed to be released last year, they dropped 2 trailers, just like any other movie.
Yeah.
You get your first, you get like a teaser. Then you get your official trailer number 1.
Yeah.
And then usually you'll get your official trailer number 2 real close to the actual release of the movie.
Yep.
But then, we all got hit with the C. And
the big C.
The big C.
Yep.
And so everything got postponed. They postponed this movie multiple times, 3 or 4 times, I believe, because they were really, really trying to keep that theater release.
Okay.
And there's been rumors going around that there may have been something in Scarlett Johansson's contract This isn't confirmed.
Okay.
This is a rumor.
Okay.
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor, people.
Yeah, it's a rumor, people. And it's not unheard of, that like when they make these movies, that there'll be something within the contract that if it makes so much money theatrically, then said actor will get like a bonus.
Okay.
Okay, so say they're like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame. He's big time for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the sake of argument, let's say $1 billion. Okay. Disney says to him, hey, if this movie makes $1 billion, we're going to give you an extra $3 million.
Okay.
But it has to make that money in the theater.
Yeah.
It can't be from, the discs and rentals.
DVD sales and
streaming. Because there's no real way to really keep track of the numbers on streaming.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. It was a brain fart moment right there.
No, I was talking about how
It kept getting pushed back.
about Scarlett Johansson possibly having something in her contract.
Oh, that.
With this recent trailer release, they announced at the end of it that, July 9th, not only in theaters, but it's also coming to Disney+. They finally broke down it. I've been wondering why they haven't done this in the first place.
Yeah.
Or I should say,
From the get-go.
sooner.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do this sooner? Because they tried it with a couple other movies. HBO Max, they're dropping their entire theater lineup for the year.
Yeah.
I should say Warner Brothers is dropping their theatrical lineup to HBO Max.
Yeah.
For everything.
And think of...
With no extra charge.
Yeah.
If you're a subscriber to the service, you get the damn thing.
But that's the incentive, and that's why HBO Max is doing so good.
Disney Plus, they're going to do this thing where they, you can get the movie, but you're going to have to pay an extra $30.
I know.
It hurts.
It does. But like you said, if you're going to go to the theaters, like for us, family of 4,
I get that.
You're going to be paying that, if not more, because you got to get the popcorn and the drinks and all that bullshit,
I'll drop it.
Yeah.
I love Marvel. I'll drop it in a heartbeat to see this movie.
A lot of people will.
But
it still kind of sucks that there's...
That's $30 is a lot.
I kind of call it a ripoff.
What if... Okay.
It's a little bit of a ripoff.
Well, think about this for a second. For us, it's really not too bad of a ripoff. Because like you said, if we would go to the theater, it's going to cost that or more.
Yeah.
Because it's you and I plus 2. Right? That's 4 tickets, 4 snacks, 4 drinks.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're starting to get like $100 in and out of that place. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that much, but
anyway,
people do pay it.
Yes. So $30 for us to pay to watch this on Disney Plus at home
in the comfort of your own home.
It's not a bad deal. But what about single Joe?
Yeah.
Single Joe that is in college and he's living in a dorm room.
Yep.
And he don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
He pays the subscription because he likes Marvel stuff, and it's an easy way for him to keep up with these awesome shows and stuff. But an extra $30, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough for a lot of people.
Yeah. I think...
Whether Disney realizes that or not everybody can afford...
I don't think they give a shit.
The Disney treatment.
They don't give a shit. They see the green.
Yeah.
And that's all they want.
I agree.
They don't care.
I agree.
And
I mean, well, on the other hand, you do got to look at one thing. I mean, they have had layoffs.
Yeah.
And they are hurting because they had to shut the parks down and all that. But you shouldn't. There should be another solution. $30 for a movie rental is a little.
Yeah,
much.
that's a little extreme.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Yes.
Trailers. They dropped two trailers. They dropped one, and then I think it was the very next day, if not 2 days later, they dropped another one.
Yes, they did. And I'll tell you what, this one looks awesome. I love Harley Quinn. I'm a big fan of hers. I'm really looking forward to the cartoon show that on Apple, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't wait for another season of that, which I'm really hoping that they do another season because that show I think does really good. But for Suicide Squad, I think Margot Robbie plays Harley Quinn to a fucking T. I mean, she's awesome as Harley Quinn. She really is. And I'm really excited, like you, because they brought in King Shark.
Oh, my God.
And he looks so cool.
Okay, hold on. King Shark is one of my favorite characters, okay? Recently. Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot about the character, but what I've seen of him in the Harley Quinn show, a little bit on the Flash show, he showed up there, but more the Harley Quinn show and what I've seen in this trailer, and they're playing him kind of like his character in Harley Quinn, where he's kind of a dummy. Oh my God,
it's
boners.
Awesome.
I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait
well, and he
for
grabs
this
that
movie.
one guy, didn't he? He said, num num.
Num num, and he picks him up and eats him. How about the part
hand.
when... No, yeah.
Yes, that's your hand.
That's your hand. Now, how about the part where it's like a lightning flash or something behind him and he's ripping a guy in half?
Yes.
Ripping a dude in half.
So it's like, yeah, he's going to play the dum-dum part, but he's pretty fucking
brutal he's a brute.
At the same time.
He's half shark. He's half man, half shark.
Yeah.
King Shark.
Yeah, and then what other new character?
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, like, who the hell is he supposed to be?
James Gunn was handed a book. Here are characters that we have the rights to use in our films, and he went through there
Dot Man do?
And found the most obscure characters. I don't know. Throws polka dots at people?
I have never heard of him.
Nobody has.
No.
Hardcore people have. I mean, all these characters are from the comics.
Yeah, well, like, the characters that are coming back, of course, is Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn.
Yes.
I forget that guy's name. He was in the last one. He's the soldier that is, like, in charge.
Rick Flag.
Okay.
Rick Flag's the character's name.
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton?
Yeah, remember he played RoboCop when they redid RoboCop?
Was that him?
That was him, yeah. I remember.
I only watched that one once.
Yeah, me and you. That was it. That was enough for us.
That was a hard swallow.
Yeah, that was a very hard swallow. Yeah, he's returning as well. Same with the lady that's in charge.
Viola Davis.
Yep, she's back.
Yes, she's brutal.
Yeah.
As always.
Same with Boomerang.
Boomerang's back.
Yeah, Boomerang's back. But then they added...
How about Weasel?
Yes, Weasel.
Weasel. You get a couple quick glimpses of him.
He's going to be...
Sean Gunn's doing him.
Really?
James Gunn's brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be the comedic relief along with King... I mean, the whole... You know there's going to be funny plus action in this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and
First
a lot
Suicide
of death.
Squad, I'm sorry, it sucked. It completely sucked. I'm not, like, Harley Quinn was great, Boomerang was great, but, like, the premise overall and the plot and everything, I just don't think it did that great. And, of course, Jared Leto's Joker in that one was...
atrocious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to see John Cena's Peacemaker in this movie.
Yeah. John Cena's
Peacemaker is like your opposite of Captain America in the DC universe, where he wants peace and he will do anything for peace, even if that means killing women and children. And and there's a part in the trailer where he's like,
he says that, doesn't he?
No, he says something about eat a bag of dicks. Bloodsport tells him to eat a bag of dicks, and he's like, I'll tell you, if this beach was covered in dicks and I had to eat all those dicks for peace, I would eat every last one of those dicks. And then the other chick's like, why would the beach be covered in penises? Right?
Yeah, who's that new girl that's with them?
Which one? There's a couple of them.
Well, the one...
I don't know all the characters, but one of them is Ratcatcher 2. Ratcatcher is a character from the comic books that is like the Pied Piper.
Is that the girl with the short hair,
dark
brown hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she can control rats, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan Fillion is in this one as TDK. the detachable kid. In the second trailer that they dropped, you get a quick glimpse of him going like this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And his arms are detached.
Margot Robbie goes, what the fuck? And also, Pete Davidson is in it too.
Yeah. I
Who
don't
the
know.
hell is he supposed to
I don't know
be?
who he's playing, but like I said, a lot of these characters are probably going to get killed off.
Yeah, because they're like
right
nobodies.
off the get.
They're nobodies.
And I'm going to say
Ooh.
Pete Davidson probably one of the first ones to go.
Yeah, which don't care. And also, oh gosh, the guy that plays Merle in Walking Dead.
I know.
What the hell's his name again?
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker, yeah.
He's in everything
I know.
that James Gunn does.
He's also in this movie. He has like really long...
He's playing Savant.
Who's Savant?
I don't know. I don't know any of these characters. Okay. I'm going to have to learn a little bit.
Yeah. We're not as big in DC as we are in Marvel, so... Yeah. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like DC
as far as the
too.
movies are concerned.
Yeah, I like DC as well. Yeah. So.
Some of
Moving
on. Invincible. Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Invincible is based on a Robert Kirkman comic book.
Yeah.
I believe it came out prior to The Walking Dead. And it's his take on the superhero genre.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Me personally, you had me watch the first episode. Didn't really care for it.
No? Not your cup of tea?
Not my cup of tea.
I watched the first one, and I'm going to continue it. I want to see where this goes.
Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
After watching the first episode, and without spoiling anything, there's something that happens at the end of it that just made my jaw drop. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Basically, it's a cartoon, and it's about a young boy who is waiting to get his Superman-like powers, and his dad is basically like the Superman of this world. I think his name was Omni Man.
Okay.
I've never read the comic book. I've heard of it. I've heard it's pretty popular, but I don't know anything about this world. So going into this first episode, I knew nothing at all. So anyway, Omni Man, and he's voiced by J.K. Simmons. J.K. Rowling.
We screwed up his name.
Yeah, J.K.
So
Simmons.
sorry, J.K.
Like I said, I love him and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Omni Man, and his son becomes Invincible. And then there's a bunch of other characters that are basically like versions of the Justice League.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
You got like your Aquaman character that's like a dude that looks like half a fish. You got your Wonder Woman character. I think she was War Woman. Was that her name?
I believe so, yeah.
Then your Flash character was the Red Streak. And there was a couple others.
It's like a ripoff of...
Yeah. The Martian Manhunter was that stretchy guy. Okay. Remember the stretchy guy? Anyway, I dig it.
I don't know. I didn't really care for it because it's like it's been done. You know, like The Boys. I love The Boys.
Oh yeah,
because it shows a different version of superheroes.
Right.
You know, but it's like I get that Kirkman, wanted to try this out. Good for him. I mean, I love The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Always will be a diehard fan. However, these past couple seasons, the writers have just ruined it.
Yeah, but that's not really on Kirkman, though.
No, it's not on Kirkman.
No.
Not. That's what I'm saying. I love Kirkman's The Walking Dead. Diehard fan. But the writers who took over these past couple seasons have destroyed it.
I haven't really enjoyed it too much myself.
No.
I don't like how they ended season 10. Season 10? Right? They like
which
we watched whatever the last season was.
With the
Whisperers, and you had Beta, and it
like that. It was over.
Well, we got right up. We got right up to the season finale,
Yeah.
and then we had to wait like 7 months for that episode.
Yeah.
They gave us one episode, and they wrapped everything up real quick.
It was such a letdown, and I read reviews from the fans. Everybody's pissed off.
It was terrible.
Everybody, and also, I didn't, as well as a lot of other fans, did not like the way that they took Rick out of the show.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
because you leave it on a cliffhanger of, oh, well, he's actually alive. And you're like, but where the hell's he going? And then you never hear about it. And then they talk about doing some freaking movie on AMC that's about Rick, where he went. But I haven't heard anything about that lately.
I'm sure if we search it, we'll find something.
I know. Well, we will watch this recent season of The Walking Dead, and we will give you guys our take on that.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's for another show, because I can get into some shit about that show.
Hey. Invincible on Amazon Prime.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
yeah.
I know. We got a little off track.
Yeah,
Robert Kirkman.
No. You.
I like it.
Yeah, you're going to go.
I'm going to continue with it, and we will revisit this later.
Okay.
Woo, woo. Woo, woo. What do we got next? We got Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, boy.
Godzilla versus Kong dropped last week, March 31st, on HBO Max.
Yes. Let me tell you something. If you're expecting a movie that is, like, serious and, like, oh, wow, that was, like, really good, this ain't the movie. This is a fun movie to watch. The action parts are really cool. But there's a lot of cheese factor in this movie.
Well,
A lot. And a lot of, are you kidding me? Seriously? She knew how to do that just, out of the blue? Like...
what, Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah. Yes. It's like this girl's supposed to be, what, like 13, 14 years old?
If you've seen any of the other Godzilla/Kong movies, then I think you kind of have an idea of what you're getting into.
Yeah, but this one was...
Not to mention...
to me, it was really bad.
If you are a fan of the original stuff, I think this pulls a lot from that.
Yeah.
And people can appreciate that. I think it's all art subjective, and I think it all kind of depends on what your background is.
Yeah.
If you're brand new into this, maybe, But like I remember as a kid, like when I would go to my grandmother's house, and I'd be flipping through the stations, and they would always have, like, the old Godzilla movies on late at night.
Yeah.
And I'd sit there. I watched all of them. And she started buying them for me. She had a couple of them for me on VHS.
Yeah.
And every time I go down there, I'd sit there and watch the old Godzilla movies. I had no idea because they were in Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the plot was. I was there for the monster battle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd fast forward through all that horse shit in the middle.
Yeah.
And get to where Godzilla fights whatever. And I'd watch it over and over and over.
I don't think I ever seen the original Godzilla.
No?
No.
Well, they are all on HBO Max as well. Most of them.
I do remember when I was a kid seeing the black and white King Kong, climbing up the building.
That's
and
really
everything.
old, yeah.
Yeah. Don't ask me anything that I remember in that movie. That's the only thing that I really remember.
I watched that movie, the original King Kong.
Yes.
I watched that one time. Because
and I do remember there was another one where the woman went on his hand and she was like,
in black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the original King Kong.
Okay, well then that's part of it.
I watched that one time because I wanted to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a classic, historic, maybe, piece of art, American cinema.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Godzilla
Kind of falls in line with the
Godzilla
cult
is,
classics.
Japanese cinema.
Falls in line with the cult classics.
Yes. Yes, it falls in line with the cult classics.
Yes, it does. But this one, for instance, we're not going to give too much away of the movie.
Right.
If you guys want to check it out, check it out. They have to bring Kong, okay? They want to get him somewhere safe so Godzilla doesn't go after him. They have him on a boat in the middle of the ocean, okay? And there was a pretty cool battle scene there with Godzilla. Well, they're like, okay, we need another way to get him to wherever they need to take him. And they're like, all right, well, you got planes, we need a bunch of planes. So they're flying him, and they fly him to the Antarctic. And this fucking giant gorilla who's soaking wet lands in the snow. They put him in the snow. And not only that, as they were flying him in, me and you were like, that poor thing has got to be freezing.
That poor monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they drop him in the snow, and he's soaking wet.
We seen some of it from in the trailers. You see a little bit of the battle between Kong and Godzilla in the water. They're transporting Kong from point A to point B. They got him all chained up, and Godzilla senses them there, similar to the other movies, how they can sense, the Titans can sense where each other is. Godzilla tracks him down because I guess they have an ancient rivalry.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I did. I really enjoyed the movie. It was a fun watch. The plot, like Adrienne said, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it doesn't have to. There's a gist to it. You got to have that suspension of disbelief. Go into it knowing what you're getting. It's about a giant monkey and a giant lizard fighting each other in the city and destroying everything. Yeah. That's what you're going into this for. Once you get that in your head and you go in, just sit down and enjoy the ride, I think you'll have a good time. I liked it.
Well, like you said, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Not going to be a rewatch for me.
Probably not going to be a common rewatch.
No,
I'm not. No. It's not going to be like my my Marvel rotation where I'm watching one or two of them at least once a week.
Or God, how many times have we watched Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I still like Constantine.
Yeah.
Halloweens. I can watch them over and over. Like those kind of movies. This isn't like those.
Right.
So. Okay. Next,
I got a couple quick things before we get into Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Sounds good to me.
Variety just reported recently that Mortal Kombat movie is going to be delayed 1 week.
Okay. It's supposed to come out 23rd of this month.
23rd, yeah.
Okay.
That's the new release.
Yes.
At first, nobody really knew exactly why they were doing this, but it's since been reported by Variety that they wanted to give Godzilla and Kong a little bit more padding, a little bit more room to make some money.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of makes sense because
it's only 1 week delay. It's okay.
These movies are also in the theaters.
Yeah, but look at how many theaters are still shut down.
Right, but they're still trying to give each movie because theaters are slow. And it's taken a lot to get people out to the theater in the first place. So, let's say that week before Mortal Kombat comes out, you just want to go to the theater to see a movie.
Yeah.
That's the Warner Brother movie that's popular right now.
Yeah.
More likely you're going to go see Godzilla and Kong. And then that gives you, gives it a little bit more time to make a little bit more money.
Well, I'm pretty excited for Mortal Kombat.
I am super excited.
It looks really good. And, because the original Mortal Kombat movie, you talking about cheese factor.
I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I do too, just to make fun of it.
The second one was worse than the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, but, there's something about that first one.
It brings you back to your childhood.
It really does. I remember I went to the theater to see that movie. And the song, everybody was jamming that song. Mortal Kombat.
I'll never forget when
they used it for the game for the that same song that year they used for their promotional ads for the video game as well. They used that song for the game and the movie.
I'll never forget when I used to watch my brother play.
Yeah.
And whenever that guy would come in and go, Toasty, I always thought he was saying, whoopsie. And it was for the one. In fact, I think it was you when we first got together. You heard me say whoopsie.
I'm like, what?
You were like, what the hell is whoopsie?
No, it's not Whoopsie. Toasty. It doesn't make any more sense, but
I know, but
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I
That little
it was.
guy, you would. I think it like a uppercut or something.
When you got a really good hit in,
yeah,
like when you
would pop into the corner. Toasty.
Yeah, when you knock their level down, man.
Yeah, that's pretty
Toasty,
funny.
Whoopsie.
Oh, that hurt my face a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Benedict Cumberbatch has had a couple interviews here recently.
Yeah, I want to know what the hell's up with this.
And hasn't been showing his face.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Okay, and then in the more recent one, he finally came out and said that you're probably wondering why you're looking at this beautiful ceiling. Mm-hmm. It's because I cannot show you my face because I look like Doctor Strange right now, basically. And due to the filming embargo, he can't be seen.
And that tells us something because we all know what Doctor Strange looks like.
Right.
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch. We know what he looks like when he's that character. Something has got to be really changed for him not to be showing his face.
I'm thinking one of two things. I'm thinking either that it's just his face and they got something going on like prosthetic wise or a different beard style.
Maybe.
Or I was thinking that possibly that he was actually in the process of filming, took a moment, and he was in his full costume.
Could be.
And they could have a brand new costume for for the new movie. Like they normally do. They update costumes and looks and all that.
Or it could be absolutely nothing, and he's just trolling us.
Maybe.
Maybe,
but I buy the embargo thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if there ain't that many changes to his outfit.
Just a simple change will get people rolling on the rumors and everything.
They're not going to show, they don't want to show you anything.
Yeah, Marvel's, we all know Marvel is so hush-hush about everything.
Super hush. Okay, let's jump into Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Episode 2. This episode is called The Star-Spangled Man.
The Star-Spangled Man.
Well, right off the bat, what did you think of this episode?
It's better than the first one.
Absolutely. The action ramped up in this one, I feel. Yes.
And after seeing, the first, second, and third episodes, I've noticed that the first one, you had the world building. You got to kind of slow. You got to catch up where all these characters are at. Then the second episode, it ramped up a little bit. Got a little bit faster pace, a little more action. Mm-hmm. Third episode, just a little bit more.
And I hope, like you were saying,
I hope they keep that trend. Each episode, I hope it ramps up just a little bit more until we get to that final sixth episode where it's just going to be, it's going to be on.
Yeah. I enjoyed episode 2. Yeah. I'm on the same page as you. I'm not going to repeat everything that you just said because that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. The action gets better, and I love the funny banter between Sam and Bucky.
The buddy cop thing, yeah.
The chemistry between those guys, like the actors, they got great chemistry, and they play the characters so well, and the banter between them, it's funny. I love them. They're so funny.
I like in the second episode we're introduced to John Walker.
Yes.
And his buddy Battlestar
Lamar.
Yeah. I like the part when in the second episode when Sam and Bucky officially meet John Walker and Lamar, and they're riding in the back of a Jeep together. They all just got their asses whooped.
Yeah, by the Flag Smashers.
And they're talking, and they're asking Lamar. They're like, "Who are you?" Yeah. And he's like, I need a little more than Lamar Hoskins.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm Battlestar. Bucky's like, Battlestar? Stop the Jeep.
Yeah, he's like, stop the car.
I'm done. Let me out.
Yep.
I ain't dealing with this horse shit.
The one thing that I have it written down here. Oh, yeah, where John, when they were in the Jeep and Bucky gets out, he mentions, to Sam, he's like, look, I'm not trying to replace Steve at all. And he's like, I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be. And he goes,
all that you can be, doing what is right in the army.
Then he adds, it would be a whole lot easier if I had Cap's wingmen on my side.
Wingman.
Well, he said wingmen.
Did he really?
Yeah, as far as meaning him and Bucky.
Him and Bucky. Okay.
And Sam, scoffed it, and he goes, it's always that last line.
Yeah, right.
Because that was a cocky-ass line to say to him.
And insulting.
Very insulting.
Okay.
I'm not good enough? I'm a wingman?
Hold on a second. Okay, check it out. Bucky and Sam just finished Endgame. Okay, this is right after Endgame. They just got done coming back from being undusted, instantly being portaled to Avengers headquarters that was just destroyed by Thanos, and then helped fight Thanos, an intergalactic enemy that destroyed half of the population in the fucking universe.
Yep.
Okay? Now you got John Walker.
Yeah.
The brand new Captain America by title.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's no Captain America.
Trying to tell these two dudes, hey, you need to be my sidekicks.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck off, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm sorry, John. He's cocky.
Yes.
Egotistical.
Yes.
And I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
There's something up with him. I do not trust him at all.
I think he wants the serum.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he wants the serum.
Because he knows that, the Flag Smashers, we find out that, the head of the Flag Smashers is Carlene. Is it Carlina? Or they call her Carly for short.
Carlina.
Carlina.
I think it is. Or is it Carlene? No, it's Carlene.
Carlene
Morgenthau.
Yeah.
Yes.
They call her Carly for short.
Yes.
Yeah, she's actually, the head of the Flag Smashers.
Yes.
She
started off, she's kind of like your sympathetic villain a little bit.
But now, after episode 3,
she's starting to losing it a little bit.
Yeah.
She's even kind of scaring her own people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The dude that she was with in the car was like, there was people in there.
Because she blew up that building.
Yes.
And she's just, shrugged it off who fucking cares?
Yeah, right.
But what I was going back to with John was, he fights these Flag Smashers, and he wants that serum because he's getting his ass kicked by the Flag Smashers. They all have the serum in them. Mm-hmm. Plus, you got Bucky. He's a super soldier as well. Now, in a fight between him and Sam, he might have a little more advantage because of his military background and all the shit that, he went through.
Right, and he's a little above average.
Yeah.
I mean, he showed us those videos.
Yes, and he said that he has jumped on a grenade before.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, he has those advantages. But it's not so much about the strength of being Captain America. It's the person, it's the character, it's the belief, it's everything.
Here's one thing.
He ain't no Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, Captain America, never felt like he lived up to his own name. Mm-hmm. All right? He always second-guessed himself and was unsure. And right from the get, he said he just don't like bullies.
Yeah.
Right? Then you got John Walker, who thinks that Captain America gives him the power.
He acts like he's owed something.
Where Steve felt that he didn't live up to it. Mm-hmm. John Walker feels that this makes him better.
Yeah.
And people need to recognize that. This should give him instant respect.
That's exactly
and
what I was
people
just
are
about
not
to
giving
say.
him the instant respect.
He feels that he's owed something.
Right.
When he ain't owed shit, you can't put on that uniform and expect to, be worshipped or anything like
Right.
that. To gain respect, you have to give respect.
You lead by action.
Yes, and
Right.
he hasn't done that. Just like
Well, look at that guy. The guy that in episode 3, and he threw him up against the wall, and he's like,
Yep.
"Do you know who I am?"
and the guy said, "Yes, I
Yeah.
do, and I don't care."
Don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say in episode 2, Bucky got arrested because he missed his court-mandated therapy, and he was in jail. So Sam goes to meet him there, and he meets the therapist. What's her name? Doctor. It's
Doctor therapist.
well, her name's Christina.
Okay.
Sam sees that Bucky's out as he's talking to Christina, and he was like, thanks for getting him out. And she's like, I didn't get him out. And then he's like, who did? And then there's John Walker there. Hey, down here,
Yeah.
And it's like, and then he was like, okay, when you guys are done, he told Christina, actually, he said, when they're done, have somebody bring them to me outside to meet me outside.
Right.
And that's when they had that conversation. He's like trying to get Bucky and Sam to be with him and Lamar. Mm-hmm. And they're like,
Battlestar.
Yeah, they're like, look, you guys, work for the government. We're, on our own, basically.
Yeah.
Like, we're on 2 completely different levels.
Yes.
And so there's no way that we can work together.
Wouldn't make sense.
Exactly. And then John, all of a sudden, here comes the cockiness,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, then a word of advice.
Stay the hell out of my way, then.
Yeah.
What?
Who the fuck do you think you are?
He thinks he is the government.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
He thinks
when he
that
got
he's in
them out,
charge.
when he got them out, or they're like, who authorized this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Being, fucking cocky.
Yeah.
America.
And then the other portion, when they were in the vehicle, when they were sitting in the back of the vehicle, they were trying to figure out how they found them, and they were like, well, we were tracking you.
Yeah.
We were tracking Red Wing. And then Sam's like, Red Wing? Well, yeah, it's government owned. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's cocky. That's arrogant.
Exactly. And he is definitely no Steve Rogers. There's night and day between those two. No comparison. And basically, at the end of episode 2, you see that Bucky and Sam are going to sit down with Zemo.
With Mr. Zemo.
Mr. Zemo.
Mr.
And
Baron
then
Zemo.
we get into episode 3, which is called The Power Broker.
Yes.
And this episode, I enjoyed a lot.
Real quick, in the credits, even on the first episode, we got our first hint of the Power Broker.
Okay.
In the credits, there was a portion where it said the Power Broker is watching. It was just a picture.
That's right. That's right.
All
I
right.
forgot about that.
Then we got a couple name drops in the second episode. Mm-hmm. Then we got a couple direct references in this episode 3, but we still haven't got a positive identity yet. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of buzz going around the internet that it's possibly Armin Zola, the scientist from the first Captain America movie.
The little short guy with the glasses.
Yes, he worked right beside Red Skull. Mm-hmm. He's considered, one of the most genius scientists in history. He was able, back in World War II, he was able to take the Tesseract and create weapons from it.
Yeah.
No, S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't even able to do that in modern days. Mm-hmm. And then in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, we seen him again where he had uploaded his consciousness into, it was film tape, the old style computer. Uh-huh. Supposedly Steve and Natasha had blown him up there.
Yeah.
Captain America and Black Widow. Blew up the facility and Zola. So we thought, Now, the rumor going around is there's possibly Zola is the power broker.
That'd be pretty cool.
So as of right now, Zola is the new Mephisto.
There was one thing I forgot to add from episode 2. It was towards the end. It was when Sam and Bucky were in the therapy. And,
oh, yeah.
And they had, they had to do the soul gazing exercise.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. But there was an important part in that scene where, Bucky lets it out, because Sam's like,
about the they were talking about the shield.
Yeah, because Sam's like, what's your problem?
Right.
All this shit. And Bucky's like, why did you get rid of the shield?
Yeah.
And Sam's like, telling him, why is it so important to you? And Bucky's telling him, because Steve gave you that shield because he trusted you.
He believed in you.
And he believed in you.
Right.
And then Sam's like, well, I did what I thought it was right. And Bucky's like, no, it wasn't right. You had no right to do that.
Right.
And that's a big arc, I guess you could say. I mean, that's a big thing between the two of them is the difference in opinion there.
Right.
Where Bucky, Steve was everything to him, and he looks at Sam
well, they grew up together.
Exactly. And he looks at Sam, I think, in a way that, hey, I grew up with Steve. You came in later.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you came in later, I understand you guys fought together and everything, but you got the frickin' shield.
Right.
He gave you the shield.
Right.
And you toss it away.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. Like
so
it's trash.
Maybe Steve was wrong.
Exactly.
And if Steve was wrong about you, then maybe he was wrong about me.
Exactly.
And that really bothers him.
It does.
Now, do you think there's a little jealousy?
I absolutely think there's jealousy.
Do you think he's a little jealous that he didn't get the shield?
I think I would be a little bit.
See, in Endgame, I was almost under the impression that Bucky knew, and him and Steve had talked about it.
Okay, if that's the case, then maybe he's not jealous.
Think about it. How would the world respond to the Winter Soldier becoming the next Captain America?
You know what? You're right.
In the MCU.
You're right. Scratch that. I don't think he's jealous. It's the bottom line is he's pissed off because, like you said, he very well could have known.
Yes.
Him and Sam, or not him and Sam, him and Steve talked about it. And then the fact that, he's like, yeah, this is a great choice and this is a good guy. This is a good man. I think, you're choosing right.
Yeah.
And then when Sam does this, it's showing disrespect in Bucky's eyes to Steve. It's showing disrespect, and it's showing that, Steve, trusted you, and it shows distrust as well. So it's a big conflict there.
It almost sounded like he was about to cry.
Yeah.
A little bit. He got a little shake in the voice.
Yeah.
Good acting by Sebastian.
He's cute.
Zemo.
Oh boy, this is fun.
I've been excited to see the return of Zemo.
Yeah,
I really liked him in Civil War. First, people weren't really impressed with him. I really liked his portrayal of Zemo.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I like him even better in the show.
Yeah.
Because it shows, funny parts to him and everything, and a little more into him. Oh, yeah, when he's in the club and he's doing this.
Oh, he's the best dancer in the world.
Basically,
best dancer in the entire MCU.
Yeah, by just a 5-second shot of him just,
it's great.
Pumping.
It's the best.
They go to Berlin, Germany. That's where Zemo's being held in prison, in Berlin. And Bucky actually, and you called this from episode 2, you said, you watched, they're going to break him out. And Bucky actually talks to Sam about it. And Sam's like, are you fucking nuts,
Yeah.
And Bucky's like, I'm telling you, this is the way that we can find out.
I tell you what.
Find out where the super serum is getting
Before the show started, I thought that maybe Zemo was already out of prison. I didn't think he was going to be in jail. Mm-hmm. I was thinking maybe they were going to do a play on the blip, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, they had him in jail right off the get, and they broke him out, or Bucky broke him out.
Yeah, because when him and Sam were talking, they were standing in this like garage, giant garage, and he's like, "Where the hell are we, by the way?" Zemo comes walking in.
That was a callback to Civil War when Steve and Sam finally got a hold of Bucky. They had him trapped. They had him trapped in that vice, remember? And they were in like a car, like a mechanic garage.
Yeah, and it's like all these nice cars and shit. And Zemo comes walking in, and that's in the one classic car. He grabbed his signature coat, and his signature mask, and then we find out that he's a Baron, hence Baron Zemo.
They didn't really come out and tell you much about his deep background in Civil War, where we met him before. We thought that he was just a regular guy that lived in Sokovia and his family got killed. But in the show, we find out that his family was actually rich.
In fact, they're royalty.
Until his country was destroyed. So now they don't even have a country anymore. He's been displaced. And
there was a funny part when...
So he has a lot of resources.
Yes. They get on... he has a private jet.
Yes.
And the funny part was they get on the jet, and his friend, or I guess you could say like it's his pilot / butler, whoever, Oznik. I don't know how to pronounce. I'm sorry. I don't know Russian.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, he gives Zemo a glass of champagne. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's warm. The refrigerator's broken." He goes, "I'll see if we can find some food."
Yeah.
And Zemo tells him, he goes, if it doesn't in Russian, he speaks to him so they can't understand.
German.
Was it?
They're speaking in like a German.
Oh, I thought it was Russian.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. He goes, if it doesn't pass the smell test, give it to those
Give it to
two.
them. Yeah. That was pretty good.
And I want to know, like you said, how did he get Bucky's book?
I don't know.
Bucky has a little book, and it was. We find out it was actually Steve's.
It was the same book, yeah.
Yeah, because Sam says, "Hey, I recognize that book."
They started talking about Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "I like 40s music."
Yeah, and then he was like, "Well, I like Marvin Gaye too,
Yeah.
But in the book, Bucky writes down all the people that he wronged when he was the Winter Soldier.
Right.
And somehow Baron Zemo got a hold of it because he was like, it looked like he was reading a magazine or like a book, and inside was the little book, and he starts reading off the names, and Bucky was like pissed off.
Yeah, he was
and
not
like
having
I said,
it.
I don't know how the hell he got it. He had to like been quick, slick.
Pickpocketed him or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But they go to Madripoor.
Yes.
Zemo has an idea of where to start, and he takes him to Madripoor, and basically tells them that they got to be in character the entire time. So that means Bucky has to act like the Winter Soldier again.
Oh, yeah.
And they give Sam the persona of Smiling Tiger, who is an actual character from the comics.
Yep.
That is a villain that resides in Madripoor. They go...
This is the good part.
They go... they're walking through the city. They go to a bar that's called the Bronze Monkey.
Okay.
All right. The Bronze Monkey is it's right out of the comic books. It's the name of the bar. They just show the monkey head, but in the comics, that's what it's called. It's the Bronze Monkey.
Okay.
A lot of action happens at the Bronze Monkey.
I noticed, too, in Madripoor, like, almost everybody is carrying guns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
like, it looks like a very dangerous city.
Well, Zemo they explained to him that they were explaining to Sam, Bucky and Zemo explained to Sam that this was a pirate sanctuary back in the 1800s.
Okay.
So it was a land of lawlessness, and it basically kept its ways and is still that way, but now they're an official country, and they're still acting like a bunch of pirates and criminals.
Yep.
It's basically like the North Korea of the MCU.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the cool part was when they went into that bar.
Yes.
They go up to the bartender.
Yeah.
And the bartender thinks Sam is Smiling
Tiger.
And he's like,
So
the
he's like,
usual?
Yep.
And he's like, And then we see him take this snake, and he cuts it, and he pulls, what the hell does he pull out of it? Like some kind of gut?
Yeah.
And he puts it in a shot.
Snake guts and some kind of drink.
And I love when Sam goes, my favorite. And he's like, he goes to take a shot. And he's like, and then just downs it. And he's like,
yeah, that was rough.
oh man,
that was rough to watch.
But then when
then
Bucky kicks ass,
Zemo notices some people starting to come in around him, and he looks at Bucky and he's like, "Winter Soldier attack."
Yeah,
or soldier attack. And you could see in Bucky's eyes, he was just like, all right, here we go. And he starts walking over, and he just fucking annihilates every single person that comes at him.
Oh, yeah.
With ease.
Yep.
Until
awesome scene.
All the way up until people started loading their weapons.
Yeah, and then Zemo is like, okay, you got to stop.
Yeah. That gets them their ticket to go see who they want to go see. Selby. Yeah. And it's this chick. At first we thought it was going to be the power broker, but it wasn't the power broker. It was this chick Shelby, who's like a lieutenant for the power broker. Yeah. She works for him.
Yeah.
And
they basically talk about, where they can find the serum and everything like that.
Yeah, and Zemo even offered up Bucky. He was going to trade Bucky for it.
Yeah, I wondered what that was about.
Yeah, it was just part of the plan. Just a tactic. But their cover got blown whenever Sam's sister, Sarah, called.
Yeah.
And Selby's like, answer it on speakerphone.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, I started getting nervous myself sitting in the seat.
I know.
My hands started getting a little sweaty.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, shit, they're fucked.
He played the cover pretty good, but what blown it was when she said, all right, I got to go, Sam. And then Selby's like, who's Sam? And then she was like, kill him, And then there's a gunfight there and everything. And they get out of the building and they're running down the street and they're still getting shot at. But then the people that were chasing them, they end up getting shot by a sniper up in the building.
Yeah.
And that's where we find out it's Sharon. We see Sharon.
Sharon Carter.
Yep.
She's back. She's been living in Madripoor the entire time as an art dealer of some sort.
Yeah,
she lives in Hightown.
Yeah, she can't go back in the States because she was on the run because she stole the shield.
Right, in Civil War.
Yeah, and Red Wing for Sam.
Red Wing and his wings.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, stole their stuff, gave it to them.
Yeah.
While they were on the run. So now Sharon's an enemy of the state. Mm-hmm. She was dusted.
Yep.
She's since being back, I guess she's been in Madripoor this entire time. Mm-hmm. Lives in Hightown. In Madripoor, there's a high town and a low town.
Yeah.
High town's like where the tourists go, and that's the good part of town. Low town is where all the dirty deeds go down. Uh-huh. Right? That's the rough part of the city.
Yep.
So she has an apartment up in Hightown. Sam and Bucky link up with her. Mm-hmm. They go back.
Well, Zemo's with them, too.
Yeah, and they have conversation about trying to find this scientist.
Yeah, Dr. Nagel.
Dr. Nagel. Mm-hmm. And she's a little reluctant at first, right? She's a little reluctant to help them, and she tells them, like, you were exiled. I am still exiled. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
You were pardoned. I wasn't.
But Sam makes a deal with her. He's like,
I'll get you pardoned.
Yep, I'll help you out. You help me, I help you.
So she agrees to help them go find this scientist, Dr. Nagel, and they go to this shipping yard.
Yeah,
right, to find them. And I'm a little curious about everything that went down here.
Me too.
Okay,
big time.
Sharon takes them to this shipping yard. There's all kinds of shipping containers everywhere, and she takes them to a particular one. She's like, all right, you go in there. I'll stand watch out here. The dude you're looking for is in there. So they go into the shipping container. They find a secret door, and they go find Nagel. While they're in there dealing with Nagel, Sharon's outside, and all these bad guys start coming from all over the place. And
supposedly they were bounty hunters.
Yeah, they start coming from every direction. And she is a badass.
Oh, yeah, this is an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Kicking some serious ass.
Takes them all out.
Yep.
Then while that's going on, Sam and Bucky and Zemo are inside talking to the scientist, and they find out that he was able to take Isaiah Bradley's blood, the black Captain America we met in episode 2.
Yep.
was able to take his blood, isolate the necessary compounds needed, and created his own version of the super soldier serum.
Yeah. But he said he made 20 vials, but
Carly stole them.
She stole them. And he said he used to work for Hydra, but then after Hydra fell, he said he was recruited by the CIA.
Yes.
And then he said, that's where he got the blood sample from Isaiah.
Right.
And he said that
he got dusted.
And when he came back,
everything was done.
So then the power broker basically was like, okay, here you go. And funded him and said, go ahead and make your shit.
Right.
So they're talking to him, and Zemo actually ends up shooting him.
Why?
I don't know why.
Why did he shoot him?
Exactly.
And why? I think they kind of let him off a little light on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, they broke him out of jail to help him along, and then he shoots a dude? Shoots a dude that was kind of important?
Well,
why did he shoot him?
Maybe because he was making the super serum and he didn't want him to make any more.
That's true. Because Zemo's big thing is a world without superpowered people.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that's his reason.
That could be a reason, but still, he was needed. They still needed information from that guy.
Well, what happened was there was a bounty hunter outside because Sharon came in, was like, hey, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Too many
Place
guys.
gets blown up.
Yep.
More firefight. Zemo puts his mask on. Yeah. The real quick scene, he's up on top of one of the shipping containers, and he puts it on. And then he jumps down, and it turns out he's a badass, too.
Yeah.
He took out a couple dudes himself. I thought he was getting ready to split.
Yeah.
But he went and got a car out of a shipping container.
And he picked up Bucky and Sam.
Picked them guys up, and they rolled out. But then we seen Sharon.
Yeah. She came around the corner, and we see a lady standing by a car.
Waiting for her.
And Sharon's like, we have a big problem. Well, several. I'll tell you in the car. Is she good or is she bad?
Was that staged?
I don't know.
That whole thing there where she was outside fighting people?
I have no idea.
Who is that lady she met? Who does she work for? Is Sharon Carter working for the power broker?
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Yeah, keep an eye on her.
Yeah. Basically, the rest of the episode, we see...
Hold up, real quick before we go on. Okay. When Bucky was fighting them dudes in the bar. Did you notice people filming him on the cell phones?
Yeah.
I think that's going to come back to haunt him in one way or another. Oh,
absolutely, because it's going to be, oh, crap, the Winter Soldier's back.
Yep. Winter Soldier's back. He's up to the same old shit.
I know.
Right? That's going to fuck with his pardon. Right?
I can see that. Absolutely.
And then that could be what leads him back to Wakanda.
That possibly could be.
And they dropped the White Wolf reference earlier, and maybe he'll end up going to Wakanda and becoming full-fledged White Wolf.
Who knows? Is White Wolf good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the head of security for Wakanda.
Okay. No, I can see that happening.
I think he wears a similar outfit to Black Panther, except it's all white.
Huh. That'd be pretty cool.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, we briefly, get a scene with Carly talking to her friend about, when they first
when she was talking about she wanted to be a teacher or some shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, yeah,
that was just like a quick, sympathy moment to kind of humanize the villain.
Yeah.
Bring her down to a more relatable level. Like, it's just a regular girl that's been fucked with in life. She wants to be a teacher. She's normal.
Yeah,
but then right afterwards they go and they rob that supply cache. Yeah. They take everything out of there and kill everyone.
Yeah, they have people tied up.
They tie everybody up and then they blow the building up.
Yep. So we can see she's definitely starting to lose.
Yes.
We've seen that John and Lamar went to the prison.
Was that her mother that died?
I don't know.
She went and seen a lady in a hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was her mother or maybe an adopted mother, somebody that...
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who that was.
Well, I was going to say, we also see John and Lamar. They go to the prison where Zemo broke out, and John's like, well, I definitely think Bucky and Sam did it, and Zemo ends up flying the three of them, to, how do you say it, Latvia?
Yes.
Latvia?
Yes.
Okay.
And remember, I was like, ooh. Remember?
Yep.
I was wrong.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, ooh, Dr. Doom.
Yep.
Okay, but it's not Latvia. It's
Latvia.
It's Latveria. Latveria.
Okay.
In the comic books, Dr. Doom is the ruler. Victor Von Doom is the ruler of Latveria.
Okay.
Not Latvia.
Okay.
So, I was wrong.
It's okay. Well, Zemo ends up having a place there. But Zemo ends up having a place at Latvia.
Latvia.
Yeah. And him and Sam, are going into his place, and Bucky's like, I'm just going to go for a walk. Well, he looks down and, he sees this, metal ball.
Yes.
And then it's almost like a breadcrumb trail. Because he keeps finding more of them.
And they're beeping.
They're beeping.
And when they did, at first I wasn't real sure until they showed the one bead.
It was black?
Well, they showed a closer look of it, and you could see symbols on it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a Wakanda bead.
Mm-hmm. And he, goes, in this alley, and he's like, I think you lost these.
He dropped something.
You dropped some, yeah. And then he turns around, and he's saying, I was wondering when you were going to show up, and we see a Wakandian woman.
Aya. Yeah, I think it's Aya.
Yeah, and she's speaking in Wakandian, and she says, I'm here for Zemo.
Yep.
And she looks pissed
off. Well, in Civil War,
pissed off.
In Civil War, Baron Zemo set up the bomb. He framed Bucky for blowing up the UN building, and during that bombing, he killed the king of Wakanda, T'Challa's father. And I guess they were all fine and dandy with him being in prison, but now that he's out, they either want to take him and put him back behind bars, or they want to have a little of their own justice.
I was just about to say that. I don't think it's they want him behind bars. They want payback.
Yes.
Big time.
They're going to kill him.
Oh, absolutely.
They want to kill him.
Yep.
And Bucky's going to have to hold them off. Be like, hey.
You got to wait.
Not yet. Wait till I'm done.
Yep.
And then
once I'm done,
yeah.
How about, I can see this happening. Once they're done and they, take out the Flag Smashers, no more super soldier serum going on. Then Bucky takes Zemo to Wakanda, and then they get their justice, and then that's where he becomes the White Wolf.
Maybe. Possibly.
That could happen.
I like it.
That's a little theory.
Okay, now check this out. There has been rumors that one of the writers on Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of teased that in episode 5 we're going to be getting a brand new character,
somebody we never met,
somebody we haven't seen yet, and that he thinks he would play really good with someone like Thor.
Who would that be?
Let us know down in the comments who you think it is.
Yeah, because I honestly don't know.
I've heard a few different things. And, I mean, they're all pretty out there. It could be anybody.
Yeah,
honestly.
Could. Absolutely. It can't be Loki.
No, it's not going to be Loki.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but that's a big tease.
Yes, it is.
We'll see.
Yep.
Episode 5.
Yeah.
Not the next one, but the next one after that. Not the next, but the next.
But the next. Well. Well, that's about
it.
Yeah, well, that about wraps that up for us.
I have one thing.
What's your
one more thing? I have a current release schedule of most of the upcoming Marvel movies.
Okay.
We'll go through this real quick, and then
Okay.
we'll go and then we'll go play Easter.
Play Easter?
Yeah, we'll go play Easter.
I can't wait to eat.
So, we got Black Widow that is going to be released on July 9th, 2021. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is set for September 3rd, 2021. The Eternals, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
That's set for November 5th, 2021. The next Spider-Man, No Way Home. I'm really excited for this one. That's going to be December 17th, 2021. That's going to be for this Christmas. Thor Love and Thunder is set for May 6th, 2022.
Jeez.
I know. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is the one that we're dying for, is set for March 25th of 2022. So that's a year from now. Less than a year from now.
So wait a minute. We get Doctor Strange in March, but Thor in May?
Yes.
Nice.
And then Black Panther 2 is tentatively set for July 8th of 2022. And Captain Marvel 2 for November 11th of 2022.
Okay. Now, Black Panther 2, did they shoot that movie before?
No.
No.
I don't know what they're doing. The last I heard, Kevin Feige came out and said that that they are not recasting.
No, they can't recast.
They're not going to recast.
That wouldn't be right.
I've heard some theories and rumors of possibly trying to bring back Killmonger one way or another and giving Michael B. Jordan the role in one way or another. Like, he wouldn't be T'Challa, but he would take up the mantle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm buying that because he died at the end of that movie.
Yeah. And I don't...
But they're getting ready to jump into some crazy multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll grab a Black Panther from another universe. And in that universe, it's not, the T'Challa we know. It was Michael B. Jordan in that world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, if they do end up, biting a bullet and recasting Chadwick Boseman, I will not watch it.
Nah, me neither.
I won't. Chadwick Boseman is my Black Panther. He will be my Black Panther. He embodied that role.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't. No, absolutely not. I would sooner see Shuri step up and become the next Black Panther.
Yeah.
Before they recast or do anything like that.
Yeah, you can't. I hate recasting to begin with.
Yeah.
But nah, he's Black Panther.
So basically, we're set to get 4 Marvel movies this year.
That's awesome.
And 4 Marvel movies next year.
I know, that's awesome. Awesome sauce.
I can't wait.
I know.
I'm excited.
Well, I got
that it?
Yeah.
Ready to go play Easter?
I'm ready to go eat.
We're going to go eat some food.
Yep.
And
at my parents' place.
Have some desserts and some jelly beans. And
jelly beans.
And that's about it. That's all
about
she wrote.
Yep, that's all she wrote. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely.
Hope you have a very happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
You have fun and be safe. We will catch you guys in the next episode, episode 17.
Episode 17 will be next week. Until then, I'm Fred.
I'm Adrienne.
We're FnA.
Bye.
Have a happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.